Good morning, everyone. We're glad you're joining us. It is likely to be another tough day for our city. We have a lot more information to get to about the UPS plane crash, and we'll do that here shortly.
That's right. But Grace and I do want to welcome you into Good Morning Kentucky and on WHAS11, WHAS11 Plus. And while we talk about that, we also have to talk about the world of weather because meteorologist Matt Breland, you're saying that we have 2 or 3 weather impact alert days coming in the next number of days.
Right, yeah, there's a lot of weather that's about to happen across Kentuckiana, so enjoy the peaceful conditions that we still have in store for today. We're still waking up this morning to temperatures in the mid-40s, over in the mid-30s near Bowman Field, but satellite and radar continuing to stay dry and quiet for us as of right now. We're going to continue staying in this trend throughout the course of our Thursday. Lots of calm conditions and also chilly temperatures. A bit cooler this morning than we were yesterday. Yesterday we had temperatures in the 50s to start off our morning. Today we're starting off in between the upper 30s and the lower 40s. As we go throughout the rest of our Thursday, we will still stay sunny and dry. Temperatures will be reaching those lower to mid 60s throughout the afternoon and evening hours. As we settle into the night, we will see clouds starting to increase, and that's going to lead to an overcast pattern for our Friday morning, and ahead or later into our Friday is going to be the arrival of some thunderstorms. So from 12 p.m. to 9 p.m. we're expecting some thunderstorms to develop that could have some strong winds and definitely some heavy rain showers at times. You want to just make sure that you have ways of receiving alerts. Best way to do that is by downloading the free WHAS11 app. You can download that by just scanning this QR code that you see on your screen right here. So that is our first weather impact alert day, and that is because we're expecting some possible strong storms. Now, most of them are going to be focusing for our southernmost counties near Campbellsville and Columbia, but we're also expecting a hard freeze to arrive Sunday and Monday night. This is going to be the first deep freeze of the season. Temperatures are going to be dropping into the 20s Sunday night and Monday night, so you want to make sure you're protecting those plants. We'll continue updating you with more weather details here in a few short minutes. But here's an update on traffic this morning. As of right now, the only slow spot that we have to report on is, of course, near the airport. The road is closed due to the aircraft crash that happened, and that is near Milton Avenue, both ways from Grade Lane to May Street.
How fair? Did everybody make it out? No. What do you mean, no? No!
That heart-wrenching back and forth coming to us from Grade A Auto Parts and Recycling on Melton Avenue in the direct path of Tuesday's tragic UPS cargo plane crash. You can see the flames and smoke coming from the building. Videos just like that have gradually painted the picture of what happened Tuesday evening.
Yeah, and we want to stress that this is very much still a developing situation. We are learning more, it seems like, every single hour, and we have done for the last 24 hours or so. And that includes this new look at the plane crash coming in from Anila Hadzik. You can see the giant MD-11 plane bursting into flames on your screen. And then if you look just to the bottom of the right, you're going to see 2 men running out of the Grade Lane tire store, fleeing for their lives as that crash happens.
As of this morning, we know 12 people, including a child, lost their lives in the crash. We still don't know their names this morning, but officials have signaled this is now a recovery mission. That comes as NTSB investigators arrived Wednesday morning to what Louisville Mayor Craig Greenberg has called a horrific scene.
It was unlike anything I've ever seen in person before. A half-mile long of just charred, mangled metal, still some pockets of burning embers and smoke that you could still see. The smells, oil, absolutely just devastating.
Greenberg has said he wouldn't be surprised if we learn of more deaths. And that reaction from the mayor came after he and other Kentucky leaders surveyed the crash site for the first time.
Yesterday, the NTSB was able to begin their investigation after they got to Louisville. Gabe Gonzalez joins us now in studio with more this morning and new video of the crash site as well as those surveys happened yesterday. Gabe.
Hey, good morning, Jim and Grace. Governor Andy Beshear, along with Louisville Mayor Craig Greenberg and Congressman Morgan McGarvey, went and surveyed the area by the airport on Wednesday afternoon. Here they are with an official from Kentucky Emergency Management. From the video, you can see cars, 18-wheelers that are charred. On Wednesday afternoon, smoke was still coming from small areas from around the site. On Tuesday, more than 50 trucks and over 200 first responders were on the scene when the crash happened, working for hours to put out the massive fire from that explosion. Congressman Morgan McGarvey and Governor Beshear described this incident as something you only see in a movie.
Like a scene out of a Terminator movie. It is burned and mangled wreckage beyond anything I've ever seen. The smells, the sights, these are things that are not going to escape us when we close our eyes tonight.
And then, like a lot of these disasters, just 5 or 6 feet away, not even the paint is disturbed on another vehicle or another building.
Governor Beshear said he does not believe they will find anyone alive in the crash site. We are now in a recovery instead of a rescue. With the state of emergency, National Guard and emergency management can move more quickly and offer more help. UPS says World Port operation resumed Wednesday evening for the next day air operation. The company also said its goal is to return the network to a normal schedule with flights arriving at destinations this morning. Jim, Grace.
All right, Gabe, thank you. Let's give you a recap, everybody, of what we know so far. Like I mentioned, 12 people are dead, including a child. And with 16 people reported missing, officials have said the death toll could go up. Governor Andy Beshear declared a state of emergency on Wednesday and said the Team Kentucky Relief Fund would be used to help pay for funerals and recovery efforts. Meanwhile, the shelter in place remains set at a quarter-mile radius around the crash site, and the airport opened up another runway last night, which means 2 of its 3 are now back in operation. Yesterday, one thing that was really being emphasized to us by first responders and officials that we've talked to is just how widespread the crash site became. There were several businesses in the direct path of the plane.
Yeah, and Governor Beshear said that it narrowly missed hitting a few other businesses, which could have just increased the devastation here. A bar and a restaurant were very nearby, and it wasn't very far away from the Ford auto assembly plant, too, where we know hundreds of people were actively working at the time of this crash. Now, our team spoke to folks from one of those businesses just feet away from the crash site. Wyatt Smith and his father were working at their shop when they heard a loud boom and decided to run outside. They immediately began recording, and they saw this large plume of smoke. Smith told us the situation got even more graphic just minutes later.
I had a guy that came up to the shop and needed to be hosed off because he was severely burnt. Like, all of his clothes, I still have the clothes at the shop on the ground, but all of his clothes were burnt off.
Crews ended up closing the roads leading to the crash site, but the Smiths were able to get back inside their shop Wednesday morning. They told us that they're not sure when they're going to be able to reopen.
This morning, the CEO of UPS is speaking out about the tragedy. Carol Tomei said in a statement they are, quote, incredibly grateful to our team in Louisville for their grace and professionalism. We are not alone in this moment, and then from the notes I've received from around the world, I know that solidarity and empathy are powerful forces in healing. United, we are strong. Happening today, Mayor Craig Greenberg will be giving an update on the search and recovery efforts. There's a news conference set for 10 a.m. at Metro Hall. WHAS11 will be there, and we will bring you those details as soon as we have them.
Well, volunteers are stepping up to make sure that first responders are fed during this ongoing crisis response. We know that those first responders were working around the clock yesterday to try to contain that fire. The Kentucky Baptist Disaster Relief Team teamed up with the Salvation Army to deliver hot meals to those who were working at the site. On Wednesday, they wrapped up at least 150 meals for emergency crews at Parkland Baptist Church. Ron Crow, Disaster Relief Director for the Kentucky Baptist Convention, says it's an honor to be able to help.
We do appreciate our first responders and the good work that they do, and they are our heroes. We want to come alongside and just serve them.
Crow says the convention also served 350 meals for first responders on the night of that crash.
And it led to some major disruptions for Teamsters Local 89, which represents thousands of Louisville UPSers. President Brian Ham projects a major financial cost from having to temporarily divert flights and packages away from Worldport. He said many people will be working double shifts to get back on track. Ham added, despite the heartbreaking news of fatalities, this could have been even more devastating.
So, yeah, it could have, depending on which runway, it could have been really bad. Or it could have went out onto 65. I mean, it was, you know, we're right in the middle of the city.
Ham doesn't believe any Teamsters were hurt in the crash. Also happening tonight, the union will be holding a candlelight vigil for those who lost their lives. It's free and open to the public. It'll start at 5 p.m. at the Union Hall on Taylor Boulevard, where the union chaplain will lead the community in prayer.